Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Well, hello, film junkie children. How's everybody doing today? What is going on out there? Welcome to Film Junkie Live on your Hump Day Wednesday. Oh no, am I freezing up already? Jeez, come on, don't do that. Don't start off like this. Uh-oh. Not good. It's all laggy. Don't do it. Do I have something that's blocking it? Yeah, I got things closed. Uh-oh. Might have to start the stream over. Oh no. Yeah. Yep, I don't know what's going on with it. Might have to start this over. Crap. Yeah, it's not working too well. Yeah, of course. Good way to start, right? I know, I gotta close those porn tabs. Yeah, it's not looking good. The output is not good at all. Well, that sucks. Been a little bit since this happened. But yeah, it's definitely not working. Output is bad, so I'm gonna have to start this over, guys. Oi. Why is it doing that? That's so stupid. God, man. Hold on a sec, guys. Hold on, let's see. Output. No, close the tabs. No. I got all the tabs that I need to close. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start the stream over. Crap, man. Alright. I don't know what's going on. It's not looking good. The stream is like, yeah. Well, that sucks. Let's turn that off, maybe. I don't know. The output's all terrible right now. Jesus. Come on now. Why? Why does the output have to be like that? Let's see if there's anything else I could do. Probably not. Bloop, bloop, bloop. That's turned off. Turn things off. No, 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 no. Nope, nope, nope. Still crap. Is it going to clear up? It keeps on looking like it's going to, but up, up. Is it going to clear up? I don't think it's going to clear up, so let's see. All right. Yeah, the output is just really effed up right now. Up, 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 up. Hold on. Hold on. I think we might be good now. Maybe that's good. Uh-oh. I think we're all right. Okay. Just had to give it a little patience. Just a little patience. Yeah. Just too much going on. I think we're all right. Ooh, gotta love that. Gotta love that when that happens. Anyways, what's happening, guys? Now that we're all squared away here, I think we're all good. Yep. We're good. Okay, we're good. All right, hopefully it holds. Hopefully it holds. Yeah, it's just interesting. Anyways, what's happening, guys? We got Mr. W right here. Do you think this is tied to what The Rock was saying when he said the hierarchy of the power is about to change? I mean, Black Adam releases, and then we get this James Gunn news. Now, he's been saying that for years. He's been saying that for years before even all that. I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe he was indicating that eventually there would be a change, but what can you do? So Wayne's got the job, right? We all hope. We do all hope, so... But anyways, let's see. Hey, Dave, why does producer Peter Safran not like director Zack Snyder? Do you think it's because... you know what? It's a good question. It's a good question. I don't know why, but apparently that's the case. NESU. What are your thoughts on Superman? Superman new look? Is it that new? Is it really that new, though? I don't know. Cavill shows up to Zack's stream, and now Zack's showing up to Cavill's stream. You love to see it, right? Zack is back, baby. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves quite yet. JD McRae, what is happening, sir? We got Stephanie here. Ziggs, what's going on? Zack sent Henry a message. Should we expect a hashtag volume from like... That'd be sweet, right? All right, we got Mr. Jason right here. Ronak, I know. Zack betraying Zack. Hard to be excited when DC has hurt us for 6 years. Yeah, but, every little bit counts. What's going on, Kat? Good to see you. Of course, loving the 80s music right there. Good for you. Reyes, what's happening? All right, and then we get past, we got Rosemary here. Good to see you. All right, we're good. I know, yeah. Yo, what's going on, Jade? Yes, hello, darling. Nate, we need a Wayne T. Carr. I know, right? That's what we're all talking about. What's what everybody's been talking about today, that's for damn sure. So, all right, all good, it's good. Thank you, Anthony, good to see you, buddy. All right, let's see who else we got here. Mahdi of Steel. Hey, Dave, good to see you too. Good to see you too. Okay, yeah, it's because Jose wasn't here. That's why it wasn't working. Sorry, had an itchy nose right there. Chase. All right, it's just me. Oh, yeah, I'm not glitching anymore, thank God, right? Carrie's here. We got Rez right here. We got Clay right here. It's just a Man of Steel suit with more saturation, right? I mean, it's essentially that. A little more curl in the hair, maybe. I don't know. So maybe it's that. Hey, we got... God! Itching my nose right now. Jeez, what is happening? All kinds of glitchies going on. It feels great to be a DCU. Did you just say DCU, Ben? Are you going to be one of those? Here comes Ben going like, yeah, I'm not going to put DCEU because, we're referring to the DCU now. Is that what's going on, Ben? Is that what's happening? So, I don't know. Yeah, so, anyways. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys clicking in. Make sure you guys, of course, smash that like, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. If you want to join Film Junkie, join the channel. Do so. And then, of course, we do a post-show stream after every Wednesday show. So you can guys pick my brain just a little bit more. So, yeah. The one and only, the Phil Lamar chopped liver. What? That's pretty interesting. Anyways, okay, guys. Well, let's get this party started. We got lots to talk about. We're going to talk more about James Gunn because that's what the initial topic was going to be for today. But then we're going to talk about Henry Cavill because that interview thing happened today, which was great. And then we're going to talk about Green Lantern and, of course, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine. All that. So hopefully my nose doesn't itch anymore. Jeez. All right. So let's get all this stuff going. We're good. Okay, let me go ahead and let's get to these tweets, huh? See what's happening. Do what Rhea said. Always good to see you, Rhea. What she said. That's what she said. All right. So here we go, guys. Let's get to it. All right. Starting off right here. Hey, look at this. I look good bald, apparently. Maybe I should shave my head. Nah, I'm not going to shave my head. Well, I did shave my head that one. When it came to the pandemic New Year's, I had to shave my head because I couldn't find a place open for, haircutting. But I didn't shave it completely like this. But thank you, Fear Jason, for putting my face on Black Adam. My traps aren't quite as big, but hey. A boy can dream, can he? A boy can dream. All right, let's continue on. We're going to be talking about that stuff. Hey, people who saw Sausage Fest Sausage Party right here. Here we go. Apparently there's going to be a sequel 8-course television event that's going to be happening when it comes to Sausage Party. If you watch the original Sausage Party, it's pretty funny. It's got, of course, a pretty stellar cast, but apparently, they're going to be doing a sequel series. What is it going to be on? It's going to be announced pretty soon. So, Sausage Party Foodtopia. So, there you go. That's pretty cool. Again, if you haven't watched that movie, do yourself a favor. Have a laugh. It's pretty funny. And then we got our first look at... at Harry Melling and Christian Bale as Edgar Allan Poe and August Lindor and Scott Cooper's The Pale Blue Eyes. So there you go. That's right. We need some good, we need some more Christian Bale, after watching Thor Love and Thunder. And even though, he did pretty well, we need some better Christian Bale. That's for damn sure. We need some better Christian Bale for sure. So what's going on, everybody? More people joining in, of course. Thank you. And then Heroes, guys. That's right. Taylor Swift. She released a video that had a scale that called her fat. And after being labeled as fatphobic by people online, Taylor Swift's anti-hero music video has been edited on Apple Music to remove the scene which shows her stepping on a bathroom scale that reads, fat. We're doing great, folks. We're doing great. One thing at a time. Heroes. That's right. I mean, there's plenty other, issues that we have to deal with. But long as Taylor Swift cuts out this portion of her video, well, geez. I don't even know. It's called Anti-Hero. When people were kind of describing the video, it's like there was a reason why it did that. It was like this whole thing. But anyways, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, so I don't really care. But I just thought, wow, good on you guys. Wow. So heroic. You got her to change the video. And that's what's so sad about it. It's like they were like, what? Oh, shit, I'm sorry. We'll edit it out. Overlords, people with keyboards. Oy, it's ridiculous. Hey, anyways. Let's see what else we got here. We got Charlie Cox is now undergoing MMA training for Daredevil Born Again. Cox wanted to train exactly like a fighter. I was blown away by his work ethic and willingness to learn the same characteristics needed to be an elite fighter. So there you go. Charlie Cox getting in some shape, getting some fighting shape for, of course, his full-on return as Daredevil. That's right. Good stuff. We got Idris Elba and John Cena, action comedy. Heads of State, sets nobody director. Aya Nashiruler, if I'm saying that right. So there you go. These two are going to be teaming up again. That's pretty cool, like that. And then when it comes to, it's not going to let me translate the tweet. Well, apparently they have their production designer. The Penguin series has a production designer, so there you go. And it's Kalina Evanov. There you go. That's pretty cool. Oh, we'll be talking about that, of course. We got some Black Adam concept art. The lightning bolt was a little bit different, I guess. I guess they kind of were trying to determine exactly what the lightning bolt was going to look like on his chest right there. Looks like he has a little bit of eye makeup, too. I'm not imagining that. That's right. We got emo Black Adam right here, even though he was already pretty emo. But yeah, emo Black Adam. You got to love it. And then right now, Wakanda Forever world premiere is happening, so we'll be getting some reactions. I guess people are going to be posting their reactions and whatnot when it comes to Black Panther Wakanda Forever, so you'll be waking up to those tomorrow because it's going to be really late tonight that is happening. And then what the hell? What the hell's going on here, Matthew Perry? What's happening? What is this? So Matthew Perry, of course, best known for Chandler Bing and Friends, which I've always, I've liked his movies too, Whole Nine Yards. and Fools Rush In, movies like that. I've always liked Matthew Perry, but of course he went through some shit. He went through some shit when he was, going through Friends and all the stardom and everything like that. Didn't take too kindly when it came to drugging and drinking. And it's very noticeable, too, when you watch Friends throughout. His weight goes up and down. It's all very strange. But apparently he's been under fire today because he takes aim at Keanu Reeves. This is a very weird... he has a new memoir book that talks about all the stuff. And he name drops Keanu Reeves, which is very weird. He goes the list of geniuses who were ahead of their time is too long to detail here. Suffice to say, near the top of any such list should be my co-star of the Night of Jimmy Reardon, River Phoenix. And he talks about, all these ODing and stuff like that, these celebrities, that River was a beautiful man inside and out, too beautiful for this world, it turned out. It always seemed to be really talented guys who go down. Why is it that the original thinkers like River Phoenix and Heath Ledger die, but Keanu Reeves still walks among us? Did he have a bad experience with Keanu Reeves? And if so, is he the only one in the world that's had a bad experience with Keanu Reeves? Weird, right? So that was trending today. Just very odd. Yeah, but Keanu Reeves, that piece of shit, that asshole Keanu Reeves is still walking around. Yeah, that guy. Everybody praises that, he donates 80% of his paycheck to charity, but he's still walking around. How dare he? What? That's just weird, man. That's just weird. I can't agree with that. How do you name drop Keanu Reeves? You have Kanye right there. Kanye has been saying some crazy shit lately. Well, of course this was the memoir, but still, Kanye's been saying crazy shit forever. Name drop him. Name drop somebody else. But Keanu Reeves? Really? That's just weird, man. All right, what can he do? Makes 0 sense. But hey, Matthew Perry is the one that's got the drug problems. And apparently he blew out his colon, too, with all the stuff that he's ingested. It's messed him up bad. If you saw the Friends reunion, he looked not well and very uncomfortable. Really, the guy threw away a lot of his career because of all that stuff. But Keanu Reeves, Jesus Christ. Very strange, but hey, what can you do? I'll still watch a whole 9 yards. It's a great movie. and Fools Rush In, but what could he do? Yeah, he blew out his back door, apparently. Jeez, he's a gay fish too. Is that what it is? He also secretly doing that? Yeah. How I Met Your Mother. I never got into How I Met Your Mother. I don't know. I just didn't like the whole aspect of the fact that, Bob Saget was the older voice of Ted, even though Ted was in his late 20s or something like that. It's really? So Ted is eventually going to sound like Bob Saget? I didn't like that. I couldn't get past that. I've watched episodes, they're funny, but I couldn't get into that series just because of the crazy narration thing that they had to have Bob Saget narrate a grown man who had a totally different voice than Bob Saget. It just, that part I couldn't get past. When it came to How I Met Your Mother, it was that was just a terrible concept. Terrible concept, It's you just had the show or whatever, but it was always weird. It's always weird to me. Anyways, there's my How I Met Your Mother rant, I guess you could say, because I'm just what? Yeah, just didn't make sense to me. But what can you do? Anyways, okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about a little more about James Gunn, which I know, we talked a lot about James Gunn yesterday, taking over. Well, not taking over, but co-chairing, I guess you could say, if that's what they said, being the DC head and whatnot, and of course seeing, we saw the reaction, when it came to the fandom and all that stuff. And, of course, that loud side of the fandom is not happy about it. And if you're any way supporting it, they will call you names and say all this stuff. I had somebody push back on me even just right before here who was, they said that they were a fan, but they were very disappointed in me that I have not acknowledged all the crazy, the stories and the accusations that came out. He was very disappointed in me, and I went well, you must not be much of a fan because I've acknowledged it many, many times. I even acknowledged it yesterday. My whole thing on that was, and then the whole conclusion of that was, well, there was an investigation apparently, And from what I gathered, from my information, nothing like came from it. Yes, it was weird. Do I think like that when I wanted somebody to be leading DC leading DC films and live action and all that stuff, was James Gunn on top of my list? No, he was not. But I do appreciate the fact that they did bring on a filmmaker, which was interesting. I always thought that it wouldn't be a name. It would just be somebody that, somebody who's been like around, like the name has been around, but not a common name. But I do like the fact that he's handling the creative side. Peter Safran is handling the business side because he's very much been on the business side. Movies he's produced have made billions, so I could see why they did it. So it's like, and James Gunn has a unique knowledge and all that stuff. And then, yeah, the meltdowns were everywhere. And it's all good. But I just always hated the hyperbole crap and all the stuff where it's just like, well, you can expect dick and fart jokes all over the place. It's like, no. Again, he's not going to like do that. With his own movies, he's going to do whatever. But he's not going to just be like, hey, you know what you need here? You know what you need here in this script, Matt Reeves? You need a dick joke right there, right? It's a little too dark and gloomy. You put a dick joke right here, and I wrote the dick joke right here, if you like it. It's not going to do that, And the fact that he's a filmmaker, it's like, well, he's going to let the filmmaker make the film, okay? That's actually a good thing, too. But I wanted to see some more reactions when it came to like him posting about it and all this stuff. I mean, first off, we have David Ayer that reacted to it, which is, again, and also we had Henry Cavill react to it, which we'll talk about, of course, in a little bit. And then, of course, even James Gunn said that, oh, yeah, don't worry, I'll still be able to, make movies and shows and all that whatnot and blah, blah, blah. All right, I can't find it here. Let me pull up this. All right. So let's see here. Yep. So at first right here, we got David Ayer. Right here. Amazing. The characters we adore are in good hands. So we got David Ayer supporting this. And again, I showed you guys yesterday that James Gunn has supported the Snyder Cut and the Snyder fandom, saying that there shouldn't be bad things talked about the Snyder fandom because most of them are good. Yes, there are bad apples, as always, but most of them are good. And he supported the Ayer cut. He supported a lot, so that's always very interesting. So there you go. You got David Ayer right there, and then we got, of course, people on Instagram, and Instagram, of course, will have the more checkmarky people, more celebrities that actually react to it as well. And we got Kamel right here. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic news. Can't wait for a series of ambush bug movies. Making a little joke right there because we all know, I guess he has a thing for bugs. We have Zachary Levi saying, congrats, boss. We even had David F. Sandberg saying that how excited he was about it. We have Jamie Alexander saying congrats. Adam Devine, Amy Garcia, congrats. Joanna Brady, I don't even know who that is. Nathan Fillion, of course. Look, Mom, I'm a mogul. James Gunn, probably. We got Glenn Howerton saying, whoa, wow, amazing, James. We got all kinds of people right here just, giving them Isla Fisher saying congratulations. Aaron Paul, yo, bitch. Holy shit, bravo, man. Can't wait to see what you will be cooking up. Huge. Jai Courtney, Jake Quaid also saying yes. So people reacting to it, and then I wanted to kind of dive into the Variety article that came out yesterday that, talked a little bit more about this whole thing right here that we wanted to talk about. So we have a quote right here, of course, when it comes to James Gunn. I don't think that was in the original THR article. It says, all I care about is when I take on a project, I got to say this is something that's going to excite and delight me for the next 2 to 3 years. I don't want to be bored. So that's good. Boredom won't be an option as Gunn and Safran now hold the titles of chairman and chief executive officers of DC Studios, where they have control and blah, 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 all that stuff. Numerous Hollywood players who spoke to Variety. Variety spoke with heralded as a decision as bold on the part of David Zaslav, who has made it clear that he wanted nothing less than his own answer to, of course, Kevin Feige. If Marvel proves anything, you need someone with fanboy chops and producer chops. That's what they seem to have here for the first time at DC, said one power broker speaking on the condition of anonymity. Yeah, I can't even say that word. Jesus, getting tongue-tied. Both Safran and Gunn will report to Zaslav, of course. talks with Gunn and Safran began during the summer, and we talked about that. And Safran, DC gets, he gets, of course, the all what he's brought to the whole thing and the whatever. And then they give like a little backstory when it comes to that. We talked about that yesterday. Michael DeLuca, who pushed for Gunn's hire, made the introductions to Zaslav, according to insiders, and Pamela Abdi, the new leads of Warner Brothers film group, greenlit the upcoming sequel, of course, for Joker. Also on deck is the sequel to The Batman, but writer-director Matt Reeves has yet to deliver a finished script, so the movie will not hit theaters until 2025. Oi! Yeah, not for another 3 years, guys, or 2.5, wherever you want to do. But that's, man, that's going to be a long time. But luckily, we have the Penguin series, we have the Arkham series, and apparently there's another series that's going to be happening, or maybe even like movies, so we might have to wait for those too. So, yeah. And then somebody right here, one producer said, imagine if Todd Phillips was going in work to pitch Joker. Is he going to want to work for James Gunn? Other players with knowledge of the studio said that the specific scenario is where Safran would ideally be most effective, and speculated that DeLuca and Abdi could serve as important ambassadors. Under the 4-year deal, DC could still get Gunn behind the camera. The pact just means that he will no longer be able to take his particular set of skills across the street in Burbank to Disney's Marvel. That's right. He's saying bye-bye to all that. So, just some more stuff to talk about, reactions and whatnot in the future of the DCEU. And again, the future, well, I mean, come on, let's face it, the future is looking pretty bright. Am I right, guys? Pretty bright, which, of course, is the next topic, but yeah, when it comes to Gunn, I get it that some people just don't like it. It's just weird. It's just funny, though, because there are people like in the fandom that just have this hate, this just deep inside, burning, they just hate him. And then you know what I say to those people? I'm like, that's how people feel about Zack Snyder. Huh? That's how people, I mean, I guess, it's a little bit more warranted because, yes, of course, the weird tweets that were, a decade ago. Yes, sure, weird and stuff like that. I understand that. But it's just kind of funny because I'll just be like, yeah, people have this weird, it's a little bit more weird with Zack Snyder because everybody says he's the nicest guy in the world. Sure, but yeah, there's a lot of weird things, though, more weird things when it comes to James Gunn, but it's just kind of funny. We're like, people just, they hear that name, and they're just, I mean, the meltdowns I saw yesterday were just like, all right, can we just wait and see what happens? Let's just see what happens. And, but anyways, that's pretty much it. James Gunn ain't a creep because he made edgy jokes on Twitter over a decade ago, innocent until proven guilty. No one has any actual evidence. Yeah, I mean, apparently there was kind of, is he a creep or just yeah, it's just all kinds of weird things. They're calling him a pedophile, Stephanie, because his tweets straight up slander. And then, of course, we got, okay, I'm okay with waiting for the Batman, yeah. So, yeah, smash that thumbs up, like Rhea said, and everything. So, but yeah, guys, it'll be okay. But everybody, there's a lot of people that are excited. I was looking and seeing who. I'm surprised Dwayne Johnson hasn't said anything. I looked and I was seeing if Dwayne Johnson said anything about that. Maybe he eventually will. I don't know. I know he's busy right now, but always busy, probably in the gym somewhere. But I'm just surprised that he hasn't really, congratulated James Gunn yet. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. So. But yeah, it'll be okay, guys. It'll be okay. And, like I said, when it comes to, the future of the DCEU, I think, I'm just kind of like a wait and see guy. I'm not sitting there going hey, it's in the best hands possible. I'm not one of those guys. I'm just one of those oh, interesting. All right. Like the idea that it's split. I like the idea that one guy's handling the business, one guy's handling the creativity. I think we're going to be all good. That I like. I definitely do like. So, but, we'll see what happens. And, let's see. Can we just dislike Gunn because of the weird jokes in his movies? Sure. You can dislike him all together. I mean, it's totally fine to dislike, but there's the people that just have this, they just hate him so much. It's weird. To me, that's just weird. There's people that I'm like, I don't like that guy, but if I see his name, I don't just start going, God, and just start going, doing that. That's what I just is just interesting because people like that look at Snyder like that, and I'm like, or look at other directors like that, and I'm like, how do you just have this? Okay, interesting. So But there you go, guys. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Peter Safran is a real issue because I'm worried. Yeah, I said that yesterday. The fact that Safran was, apparently he hasn't, he wasn't too kind when it came to the whole Zach stuff. Maybe he'll turn around. He'll be different now that this whole thing's happening. But, the thing I worry about, too, is the fact that the guy with the ball cap still might be, doing things behind the scenes and still, yeah, that's probably still good. That's the thing, too, is like, yeah, there's that part, too. But, hey, what can you do? Yeah, guy with the ball cap. All right, let's talk about Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill. He was interviewed, of course, by Mr. Joshua Horowitz. And we got some clips and all this other kind of stuff. And, yeah, it's been kind of interesting, too, because... it was like an hour-long interview or whatever the hell. But at least it was good. A lot of great questions were asked, and Cavill was great, just super charming as always. And it's just funny because all this stuff. And with all the things that are happening when it comes to the DCEU, and then with Cavill, and then, of course, we have fans that have already turned on him. They don't even like him anymore, which is weird. It's like, that's the guy, that's Man of Steel. You don't want him anymore. They keep saying stuff like he was against the Snyder Cut and all this stuff like that. And then, of course, during the interview, we get a nice little message from a certain director, which was great. But one of the first things that he talked about was, and then, of course, yeah, and this is hilarious too, because it'll get spun into like, oh my God, seriously, there's like a buzzword, because obviously we have the headlines that are going around, so people are going to be freaking out about it. Like, for instance, THR, they posted a headline that said, Henry Cavill looking forward to story with an enormously joyful Superman. What? He can't be joyful? No! Where's that Michael Scott clip? No! That's what these guys are saying. Oh my God, enormously joyful Superman. It's funny because I thought about that. I'm like, all right, so enormously joyful. Of course, people are going to run with that because they just think it's going to be, oh yeah, it's Whedon's Superman, which, like, I hate that. I just hate that when people say it's Whedon. No. Okay, no. Not even Cavill doesn't want that at all. What are you talking about? When it comes to him enormously joyful, remember, guys, remember, listen to the man, the director, Zack Snyder. He was basically going like, hey, we got Superman. He arrives on Earth. He makes it be known. When he arrives on Earth, grows up, he makes it be known that now he has these abilities. So how is the Earth going to respond to Superman? And we got that. A little bit in Man of Steel, and then we definitely got that with BVS, and then he died. He sacrificed himself, even though like half the world hated him, sacrificed himself, died, came back, and then guess what? It was always meant to be, it's like, hey, we got to send him through the ringer first, and then he's going to be that Superman that everybody knows. That Superman, that Boy Scout type Superman. A joyful type of Superman. I mean, let's face it. There are people that totally did a 180 on Man of Steel and BVS after Zack Snyder's Justice League came out. I remember when we had that stream that night when we were all talking about it, and Mr. Mario Robles came on. He was a little critical when it came to Man of Steel and BVS. But then after he watched Zack Snyder's Justice League and how Superman, in fact, returned and was resurrected, and how he beat the shit out of Steppenwolf, guess what? He was like, oh, that's what Snyder was trying to do. Oh, we gotta send him through the ringer first, and then he becomes that. Oh, so no big deal. Let's see. And then, of course, he talked about the fact that when it came to the idea of the when it came to the idea of the suit and the cameo for Black Adam, which was talked about back in July, apparently, and then even though they probably talked about it when they took that picture big time, he also said this. He said, I chose that one, talking about the Man of Steel suit, he said, I chose the one in particular because of the nostalgia attached to the suit. He said, "It was incredibly important to me to be standing there and enjoying the moment. That is one of the top moments of my career. It feels great to have the opportunity to wear it again." So there you go. Talking about the Man of Steel suit. I think I've mentioned before, well, I don't know if I mentioned here, I probably mentioned on my Patreon, that the fact that from what I heard, guys, is the fact that he did not like the line that they had written in the script in Black Adam for him, so he actually had help. He had input. He had input on the suit, and apparently he also had input on the line that he says in the cameo, which is a throwback and a mention to what happened in BVS and Man of Steel. You know, talking about the world being nervous and stuff like that. It's been a while since somebody's been nervous like this. Throwback to that. Apparently he had some input when it came to that, so that's good. The fact that he has some input on all this stuff, it's just pretty great. Let's see here. There's like a video that someone took that I follow on Twitter who actually was in the crowd, and he posted a video. Let's see if I could find that. Where's that? There's a video right there from Mr. Seth Travis. He was over there, so I was actually going to play this video for you guys. It's pretty cool.
The character, how you guys expressed it is exactly how I feel. It's the character means so much to me, and it's been 5 years now, and I've quite rightly, otherwise I probably shouldn't deserve to wear the cape. But
oh, you deserve it, Henry.
And it's amazing to be here now, talking about it again. There is such a bright future ahead for the character, and I'm so excited to tell a story with an enormously joyful Superman.
Yes.
There it is.
As much as you're willing to say, can you tell me a little bit about how this recent cameo happened, and what it was like to get back into the costume?
Well, I was on Witcher, and I got a call saying, hey, this is happening. When can you do it?
When can you do it?
I'm working 6-day week. I don't know when I can do it. And they said, well, look, we've got these dates. And I said, okay, cool, right, I'll come in and do it. And we had to get clearance from Witcher production at the time. But it was so top secret, we couldn't tell them what. We just said.
So there you go. Makes you kind of wonder, too, is like, you know, when you got the call, I mean, like what was already happening, you know, what was all that? I mean, it's just, there's more details that I want to know about all that and the phone call and everything and just everything. There's just so many more details. I mean, obviously, like, Hamada was already, like, on his way out. When did Black Adam get delayed again? Which that was probably earlier this year. Maybe they knew or whatever, but hey, what can you do? But Cavill's definitely, yeah, exactly. He's all of our Superman. And then we got this man right here. Who saw this coming? It's great. Absolutely fantastic that they actually had Zach from the set of Rebel Moon. As you can see, all the green screen and all that behind him. On the set of Rebel Moon, he recorded a video, a message for Henry Cavill. And it's just like, you love to see it. So heartwarming, so great. And here it is.
Henry, I have a question. When we first did Man of Steel, and we were doing the flying shots for the first time, and we put you in the belly pan or on the wires, I can't remember which we did first. Did it feel odd to be, just there in front of the green screen, doing your flying, shots, with us just touching the camera, and you having to act like you're flying, but before you had ever seen what it might look like or what it might feel like? How was that? Was that odd, and did you expect it to turn out the way it did? So that's my question. I can't wait to work with you in the future, and you are, of course, the greatest Superman ever.
What'd he say? And then, of course, Henry Cavill gave praise. But what did he say right there?
That's my question. I can't wait to work with you in the future, and you are...
Oh... Something brewing up, huh? Can't wait to work with you in the future? The future takes root in the present?
Are, of course, the greatest Superman.
And then he says he's the greatest Superman. Oh, my God. Heartwarming. But, yeah, you got to love that.
And you are, of course, the greatest Superman.
Greatest Superman. Oh, man. Got to love that. You got to love seeing that. And of course, Henry Cavill just gave praise. He gave praise to Zack Snyder, says that he owes so much to him because of his, the career and everything like that, and the fact that he got a second chance to get to, to play Superman, and then here we are again. I mean, this is technically almost like a third chance because it just seemed like it wasn't going to happen. And now, I would say due to the Snyder Cut, obviously, the Snyder Cut that apparently Cavill was against, kind of reinvigorated that, and now here we are, bringing them back like that. But you just gotta love that. Nobody was expecting that. I mean, Josh Horowitz, he did talk about that there was going to be some kind of surprise when it came to Zack Snyder and Snyder fans, which I thought was great. He reached out to Zack. Zack submitted that little video right there, and just showing the praise for that and the respect that these two have. And you just gotta love it. You just gotta love it. It just warms the heart. But yeah, he did say, can't wait to work with you in the future. I mean, that could be many things. I mean, obviously, it doesn't, a lot of people are like, oh my God. I mean, is he going to be coming back for Man of Steel 2? I'm like, I don't know about that. Thank you for a new subscriber, Dorian. When it comes to Man of Steel, they might be like trying to push that as quickly as possible, and Zack's availability probably not there, but you better believe he's going to have a producing credit, and I would not be surprised that now that James Gunn, again, I know people freak out when you mention James Gunn with Zack Snyder, but let's face it, they are friends. I would not be surprised if James Gunn got a little input from Zack and was like, hey, you're not going to just be an executive producer. You want to come back on as full-on producer. That would be something very interesting because obviously this movie is the Man of Steel sequel is very much in the early stages. I mean, Cavill even said that he can't say much because there's not much there, but apparently, a lot of things are cooking. The kitchen is fully running right now, and they're mixing stuff and doing all that stuff. I'm just kind of wondering, like, okay, if Zack's not going to be able to come back and, people want him back for a Man of Steel sequel, which I'm totally for. I don't know if that's going to be quite in the cards, but I'm just wondering, would he have a full-on producing credit? Full-on producing credit, I don't know. So that's what I'm kind of wondering when it comes to all this too. Is like, and would he have some input on the story? Maybe, maybe there'll be something right there. I don't know. I'm just like, what I got from all this is like, no, I don't think Zack would be coming back to direct it. If anything, maybe further in the future there could be something else. Obviously something with his Justice League ideas that he had, that we can maybe, that they can maybe put into play. But I'm just thinking, I just immediately thought like, he's going to have more of an involvement than maybe just an executive producer. Because executive producer, it's like, obviously they give that to people. He has an executive producer credit on like Aquaman and I think Suicide Squad as well, which he had some input on that. But, executive producer doesn't exactly mean you're doing anything. They just give you that credit because you started the whole thing. But I'm just kind of hoping that, God, could you imagine, guys? Can you imagine? Just imagine. Just imagine, like, they get somebody like a Christopher McQuarrie or somebody, a Brad Bird, I don't know, somebody to direct this movie. And then, of course, you have this script that's written by somebody else too. Maybe they bring back Goyer, who knows? But maybe you have a story and you have Zack Snyder's name, you have James Gunn's name, you have all these names involved. It could just be like, could be just something that people get really excited about. I mean, of course, not everybody's going to get excited about because there's people that don't like seeing the name Zack Snyder. There are people that don't like seeing the name James Gunn. But let's face it, you see those two names, that there's, some crazy shit that's going to be happening. But I just imagine like something when it comes to that. You just have both those names attached and not just, but they had like input on this whole thing. And then you have a director that's also known that's part of it too. I don't know. There's so many possibilities. Mr. Ryan Platts, what's going on, sir? It's going to be a James Gunn Superman movie again. Now, I don't think it's going to be. James Gunn is he's doing the more darker adult stuff. That's what James Gunn's doing. He's not going to be directing Superman. I don't see that happening. Could be wrong, but I don't see that happening. I don't really want it to happen. I don't want it to be a James Gunn Superman movie. I mean, obviously he's going to have input, which I'm fine with. Have the input, sure. I don't think it's going to be a James Gunn Superman movie. I think they're going to get somebody else. He's going to he's going to put some ideas in there and whatnot. That's going to be fine, but I just don't see that happening. He's busy trying to create like all this other stuff. I don't know. And even Henry Cavill said he's very excited about it too. So how dare he say that, right? He's such a traitor. No, but I think they'll get somebody else and he'll just have input. I just hope. I'm just really hoping, again, I mean, the little baby steps, little things here and there, is that Zach just comes in and kind of gives a little input, story credit or something, producer credit. That'd be sweet. So I guess we'll see what happens, though. We'll see how things play out, and, maybe something could happen. But, fingers, toes, balls crossed. All right. Now let's talk about Green Lantern. I told you guys this freaking series wasn't going to happen. There's many times where I said this thing ain't going to happen. Just not going to happen. Because it's going to be way too expensive now that, Zaslav and crew are trying to save as much bucks as possible. I was like, there's no way that this Green Lantern series was going to happen. And now it's not going to happen. It's going to be redeveloped as, I guess, pretty much like a movie. Or maybe it's still I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at the article right here. Greg Berlanti's Green Lantern HBO Max series being redeveloped loses writer. Yeah. Seth Grahame-Smith, who blocked me a long time ago because he's a pussy. Anyways, departed the drama after completing scripts for 8 episodes that were too focused on Hal Jordan and Alan Scott. I remember it was the scripts were supposed to be bouncing back and forth from present day and then in the past. Alan Scott, Hal Jordan. It was going to be, it sounded like a pretty cool idea. And from what I gathered and from what I heard, was that it was actually going to lead into the Green Lantern Corps movie. So it says right here, the drama that has been in the works since late 2019 will now focus on John Stewart, one of DC's first black superheroes. We already got an actor. Just saying. There's already somebody that's, done the role. Pretty sure he's available and be glad to do it again. Anyways, just putting it out there, Wayne T. Carr, just saying. The series from executive producer Greg Berlanti was originally have revolved around Guy Gardner and Alan Scott and had already cast Finn Wittrock and Jeremy Irvine as a respective Green Lanterns. As part of the creative overhaul, writer and showrunner Seth Grahame-Smith has departed the series after completing scripts for a full season of 8 episodes. That sucks, though. You write all those episodes and then they go nowhere. Turn them into comic books. Graphic novels. That's what you got to do. Sources say Grahame-Smith, who signed on as writer and showrunner a year after Green Lantern was announced, chose to leave the project after weathering a number of regime changes at HBO Max, its parent company, of course. The decision to refocus Green Lantern arrives at a pivotal time for DC. Sources say that the character of John Stewart was off the table. Yeah, because, they were being dickheads about it all. To producers who envisioned the show as focusing on the first Green Lantern, the openly gay Alan Scott, and Guy Gardner, as well as a multitude of other Lanterns from comic book favorites and never-before-seen heroes. With DC Comics topper Walter Hamada's exit, a decision was made to start over and build the show from John Stewart. So it's not a movie, it's a show. I don't know why I thought it was like turning into a movie. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up turning into some kind of movie, though. The character who first appeared in the early 1970s and was modeled after Sidney Poitier, and that's pretty much it. So there you go, guys. And I'm just saying, though, you already got a guy, looks good. He looks good in the costume. Looks good with that ring on, You already got a guy over there. So hopefully we'll see what happens, but I don't know. I mean, again, this is a different regime, different times, or anything like that. But hopefully, Mr. James Gunn, if you talk to your buddy Zach, I'm just saying, he might recommend Wayne T. Carr to be that John Stewart Green Lantern. I don't know, but I'm not going to get my hopes up as much as I want to see that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm rooting for them to cast Wayne T. Carr. Maybe there should be some kind of campaign. Anybody who's handling campaigns out there, as it gets, maybe do a campaign to be like, hey, get Wayne T. Carr as John Stewart in this newly redeveloped Green Lantern series. I think that'd be cool. All right, and then moving over to the Marvel world, Hugh Jackman talks about his return as, Wolverine right here. And that decision, he interviewed with Variety. So here's the article right here. Inside Hugh Jackman's decision to return as Wolverine. It's been brewing for a long time. And, of course, they talk about that. According to Reynolds, he first met with Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige 3.5 years ago after Disney acquired Fox. The first 2 Deadpool movies were released by Fox, in which gross blah, 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 blah. Now that Disney owned Fox, the door was open for Deadpool to enter Feige's cinematic universe. And this is his quote right here. He said, I got Kevin to talk what, if anything, the future holds for Deadpool in that transaction. The subject was coming up in the meeting about if we could find a way to do Deadpool-Wolverine pairing. It wasn't possible then. For this to be happening now is pretty damn exciting. Yes, even Reynolds has talked about this. He talked about this a while ago, saying that yes, that there's always going to be that pitch. There was always speculation about that from fans. He talked about how it was going to be like a road trip movie. I'm wondering if it's still going to be that. Deadpool 3 will mark Jackman's 10th time playing Wolverine, with 2 actors first being blah, blah, blah. So there's all that. A little part of me now thinks I'd be better at it. So there you go. Is that arrogance of age or something? Wolverine's tortured character and all that stuff. More tortured than me, but I always get the feeling of him being comfortable in his own skin, and I feel more comfortable in my own skin now, even though it's messier. Jackman meant it when he repeatedly stated on the Logan press tour that he was retiring from playing Wolverine. So what changed his mind? A screening of Deadpool in 2016, it turns out. Wow. Jackman saw Deadpool for the first time before shooting Logan, but had already gone on record calling Logan his final Wolverine movie by then. I went to a screening of Deadpool. I was 20 minutes in, and I was like, damn it! All I kept seeing in my head was 48 Hours with Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy. So it's been brewing for a long time. It just took me longer to get here. While Reynolds was eager to bring Wolverine into the fold for over 3 years, it wasn't until August that Jackman finally agreed to play Wolverine again. So there you go. 3.5 years, and then finally 2 months ago, yeah, he decided to say yes. I think actually he'd given up. I think it was a big shock to him. There was a massive pause, and then he said, I can't believe the timing of this. Jackman called Reynolds to break the news during a late summer beach trip with his family. Reynolds just so happened to have a meeting already set up with Marvel and Feige about Deadpool 3. With Jackman now on board, Reynolds and director Sean Levy brought the news to Feige. Oh my God, I'm thrilled. It's like old home week to get... It's like old home week. To get to be on set with one of my closest friends each and every day is a dream come true, but to do it with these 2 iconic characters side by side, that's beyond our wildest dreams. So, and it's not clear what the new movie will be about. It's not even necessarily going to be named Deadpool 3. Jackman added, well, not in my heart. I'm pretty sure Wolverine wouldn't like that title. Dun, dun, dun. And of course, it's coming out in 2 years. So there you go. Got Henry Cavill returning. We got Hugh Jackman returning. That's right, guys. It's good to be a nerd right now. It really is. I mean, I know that, it's just good. It's good to hear Henry Cavill talk about Superman again. And it's good to hear Hugh Jackman talk about maybe he'll talk about Superman too, but talk about Wolverine. I like it. It's just great. It's absolutely fantastic. So, good time to be a nerd. It really is. I love it. I can't wait. It's not going to be Deadpool 3. I mean, it's pretty cool that the way they did it. They'll still have that logo. That logo is great. The Deadpool logo with the 3 claw marks in it, that just works. But I wonder what they'll actually call it, It's going to be interesting, and can't wait for that first trailer or even a teaser. Something. I don't know. But there you go. All right. Let's get to questions here. See what you guys have to say. Let's see if anybody asks any questions over at YouTube's over here. Let's see. All right. So we got a question over here from Mr. W over here on YouTube. Do you think this is tied to what The Rock was saying when he said the hierarchy of the... okay. I mean, Black Adam releases, then we get James Gunn news on top of Green Lantern Corps news. I don't think he's been saying that for years. Uh-oh. Am I getting choppy again? Oh, man, it was doing so well. Who would you like to play Lobo in a movie? Jason Momoa would be my choice, but he's already Aquaman. Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be... How do you choose a better Lobo? I mean, he seemed like he would be perfect with that. Yeah, it's choppy right now, guys. I don't know what's going on. Sorry. Might have to cut the ending of this short. Let's see. And then also somebody, Turotobi AF said, did you watch the Grace video about Gunn Saffron move? Quite biased on her part to stand by politics and say Henry Cavill is not a loyal guy. Yeah, she has a serious hate boner for Cavill right there. I don't know. I don't know what her deal is. Anyways, all right, let's see what you guys have to say over here on Twitter. We got Isaac right here. Hi, Dave. After Snyder's showing in Henry's interview, is there still possibility for him to join the direction of a Man of Steel sequel? Like I said, it's not going to be, I don't think it will be directing, but I think it could be producing. That'd be pretty sweet. And also, I thought the Green Lantern show for John Stewart was still a series. Yeah, I made the mistake. For some reason, I was thinking like it was going to be a movie. I don't know why I thought that. So it is still a series. My mistake. Joshua Hamilton, no question. I just wanted to give some thanks to you, Vodka Crew and chat. Lost my wife in March. Oh, man, to mental illness. It's our anniversary, and spending my evenings with you guys has helped get me through what has been a tough year. Support AFSP, and a toast to the DC future guns blazing. Nice one. Well, cheers, man. I have my LaCroix right here. So, man, sorry to hear that. Josh. But, yeah, man, AFSP, that's what it's all about right there. Mr. Eric Blake. So, Dave. We got, I didn't think about that. Scott Derrickson? Bring him over for some, I would not be surprised if that happens. I would not be surprised. Get Scott Derrickson on Justice League Dark. That'd be pretty sweet. Or Constantine. Eric Blake. So, Dave, Zach's hope line he gave Henry kind of links to my mind to how Gunn's now in charge, plus his support for Zack Snyder's Justice League and Ayer cut. So when Gunn and crew restore the Snyderverse, what will the raging folks' reaction be? Deny ever hating Gunn, refuse to watch, or I don't know. I don't really care. I enjoy this video more than the entirety of Halloween Ends. Jesus Christ. All right. So there's like Dr. Loomis, watch me get gritty. No, Michael. You will do so. No such thing. Leave Haddonfield alone. And then he does that. That's pretty funny. Let's see. I kind of want to see the meltdown on Twitter if Snyder was directly involved in the next Henry Cavill Superman project, whether as director, writer, producer, or any combination of the three. It won't happen, but it'd be hilarious if it did. I don't know. I'm just like, balls fucking crossed. Jeez, that Snyder shows up for at least producer credit, man. Ronak. This should be a movie. Priests and nuns watch porn online too, says Pope Francis. Isn't that against what the Lord wants? And it's the New York Post, though, so who knows. Ryan, future's pretty bright. From where I'm sitting, think I'll go with hope. Yes, and hope is definitely not the car keys. Andrea, hola, Dave, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. Knowing that James Gunn will take over next week. He will most likely oversee Constantine 2, right? That's my guess. Yeah, for sure. Because that's like very much in the early production. Devon Wooter. Dave, my apologies, but I want to ask you this serious question. Did The Rock know that James Gunn will take the DC job? I'm sure he knew something, for sure. Joseph, hey Dave, Zach's appearance at Henry's Q&A is either a tease for the future or Zach giving his blessing to go forward. In my opinion, either are absolute wins, and I'm sure we'd love to see Henry blasting away at zombies or space fascists at the Netflix universes someday. Yeah, I mean, that's very much, we're looking forward to working with you in the future. You never know. Henry Cavill might star in Planet of fucking, of the Dead. That'd be pretty crazy. Now that the DCEU has its own studio, will they officially label Matt Reeves' films DC Black or DC Elseworlds? I don't know. But of course, I know what you're doing there, Ben. You decided to say DCU again. Get him! He doesn't want to use the E. He's trying to stir the pot. It's fine. Hector, Dave, what are your thoughts on Cavill's explanation on why he chose the Man of Steel suit in the Black Adam cameo? I love it. Boomish said this a while back. Zack Snyder will post something positive about Henry Cavill's Superman on the day Black Adam releases or after that. There you go. You predicted it, bud. Devon Wooder, hey Dave, I'm still shocked that James Gunn doing DC Studios, and also do you think James Gunn can get the Marvel actors to, yeah, but do we need them? Nah. But yeah, we need a Booster Gold. I don't really like Chris Pratt in that role. I don't know. I think there could be somebody better for Booster Gold. I mean, he'd be all right, but I don't know about that. And then Jag says, react to Norbit. Okay. I've seen that movie once. It's actually, I mean, it's bad, but man, does Eddie Murphy freaking go for it in that movie. Man, he goes for it. But anyways, so there you go, guys. That's pretty much it. When it comes to all this stuff, Adam and Steve, you're funny. Just to round out the week with my final thoughts of the week. Obviously, it's Wednesday, no show tomorrow. I don't think I'm seeing a movie tomorrow. There is that Exorcist movie. Maybe I'll go see it. I haven't decided yet. I might just stay home and work on some stuff. I don't know. We shall see. But, of course, Vodka Stream on Friday, which we'll be talking about all this stuff. As per usual, we'll see if I get a guest. I still have to start reaching out more. But yeah, final thoughts is, it's been a crazy week, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, the biggest thing is Cavill's back. We have a new image of him in the suit. We have a new interview with him talking about it, talking about the future. It came out of left field that we have a duo for the DC heads. Peter Safran, which I'm kind of about. James Gunn, I'm like, cool. I'm not over the moon, but cool, at least. I'm glad that there's a filmmaker on the creative side, and then there's somebody who's made a lot of money on the producing side on that side. So it seems like that was just the way to go when it comes to all this. And I know there's going to be people that are just going to be hating all that and don't like James Gunn, which is fine. You don't have to. It's perfectly fine. Just stop it with the over dramatics. That's all I ask for. It's no, you're not going to be dick and fart jokes in every little, in all these movies now. He's not going to be doing that. Like I keep on saying, having a filmmaker in there is going to guarantee that these filmmakers are going to be able to make their films, and James Gunn can be keep the suits at bay. If the suits start going well, wait a minute, he'd be whoa, let this person make their film. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I'm looking at it when it comes to Gunn being there, having a filmmaker in there. And to be honest, I didn't think that they would even have a filmmaker that would be part of this job. I thought, no, it'd be some fucking producer that we don't know the name, but he's been around for a while, or she's been around for a while. I didn't know. But I like that idea. I like that idea that they split the job in two, and hopefully things really turn up. And I'm just saying, between that and Henry Cavill being ecstatic about coming back as Superman, and then Zach even sending him that message during the interview. I mean, it's just good. Everything's just good right now, guys, when it comes to this stuff. I mean, depending on where you stand on all this. And I think most of you out there are just totally all about what the future is going to hold. Obviously, when it comes to a Superman sequel, it's going to take time. It's not going to be out just like that. I mean, we're not going to get another Batman movie for another 2.5 years. So I wouldn't be surprised if 2025 is the year of, and then there's still Ben Affleck. There's still that whole thing. That's still up in the air of how much more that guy's going to do. We already know he's doing more. Showing up in The Flash, showing up in Aquaman. God knows what else he might be showing up in. And God knows, I'm still having hopes for a World's Finest movie or a Trinity movie. I don't know. I just do something different. Have a Batman and Superman team up. Why not? Have that as well as the Man of Steel sequel. Do something like that. And, geez, for all we know, James Gunn probably has read some scripts that have already been out there. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. It's always a possibility that he has read the things that are already out there. Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Like I said, if you want to be part of the members-only stream to pick my brain a little bit more, become part of Film Junkee. Hit the join button. We'll be doing that. So members, look forward to that. I'll be posting it on your YouTube feed. So look forward to that. And everybody else, I'll talk to you guys, of course, Friday. Probably post something. Well, you know, I don't know if I'll post anything new tomorrow. Just probably the normal shots and everything like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, follow me on all the sock meds around me. Patreon, I try to keep that updated as much as possible with things that I hear, just stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Members, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Everybody else, I will talk to you later. What?